Hey, and I would like to welcome you. This is Dr. Sam Hijazi. This is the very first video. We're going to be doing this in English at this moment. As you have probably heard about the problem in the earlier stages, we're going to be using some data. The data is going to be three fruits, as you notice, and also we have four cities and towns. What we're going to do is to find the highest production pertaining to each city concerning each type of fruits. And as you notice, in order to obtain this, that we have to look for a function that will give us the maximum value. If the idea is to get you the highest production, then it must be, let me go ahead and change this to a better word. Of course, we need to put that here in Arabic. Anyway, I wanted you to know that the highest production is going to be pertaining to a very easy function that we have used repeatedly. It's called max. If the question was pertaining to the lowest type of production, then it's going to be minimum. Sometimes we have to look deep for something that is so easy and so obvious, like those two functions. Anyway, the way we have to use it is use the max. I'm going to go ahead and shift the keyboard to English again, and I'm going to select the range, which starts at B2 all the way to E2. Notice I'm going to leave the range as a relative address because I'm going to be using the fill handle that allows me to drag that down to do the rest of the fruits. So I'm going to go ahead and press Control, as you notice, or maybe you don't see me, so as you're going to hear me, press Control and Enter, so I could stay on the same cell. I'm going to go ahead and drag this. This is the fill handle in order to do the same calculation. Notice this is the maximum value pertaining to this type of fruit. This is the maximum, and this is also the maximum. But what we need to know, if there's something for whatever reason changes, you need to know everything is automatically recalculated. So this is going to reflect the changes. What is really interesting about this, in order to find the name of the city that is going to be pertaining to the highest production, again, do not look at these names as the only option that are available for us. It could go on and on. So what I'm going to do, first of all, to locate the very first thing that we need to do is to locate the position with the highest value. If you notice here, for this one here, it's going to be number 4. 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do we do this? We have to find the value through the use of the match function. The match functions, very similar to any of those lookup functions, is going to look up the value. Here is the value that I'm looking for among or within the range of all these values. Now, am I going to use the relative address, or I'm going to be using the absolute address? Knowing that I'm going to be doing the same thing for the other type of fruits, I'm going to leave the range as relative, meaning don't lock them. So we're going to go ahead and do this as you see, and we're going to be also looking if this is an exact value or is it a less or greater than. Of course, it's an exact here. So as you notice here, we're going to go ahead and look at exact. So I don't want to make a mistake while I'm talking here. And it's going to be 0. And if you notice, it's going to give me the position number 4, which is absolutely what it is here. So if I change this to, say, 1,100, it's going to reflect it to 3. So that's what I mean by automatic recalculation. So I could go ahead and do the whole thing here, but that doesn't answer my question to which one of these cities pertaining to the highest production. So I'm going to be using another function, which is going to be actually embed the function match within it. So when we talk about index, is really the function that is going to be used here. So I'm going to go ahead and use index right here. Okay, and it's going to index any of these values, but since this is going to be multiple values, Okay, we're going to use them repeatedly over and over. Then I'm going to select all of these. And in your keyboard, you're going to press the F4 to lock. Let me see here, to press the F4. As you notice, okay, close this. We're going to press that here one more time. I'm going to press F4. I pressed the wrong key. And within this range, they need to be locked, because if you don't lock them, when you pull the fill handle down, it's going to move along with you. So what we're going to do here, look within the name of the cities for the return value by the match. So in this case, it's going to be this city, okay? Because if you take a look here, when I press Control Enter, it's going to give me the name of the city. If I change this, let's say to 2000 one more time to show you the reflection here, it's going to be this one here, because knowing that always going to be everything is dynamic. So if I change this one here, let's say to $4,000, I mean 4,000 production, see how it changes. If I change this is to, let's say, the highest of all, like 10,000, which is probably, I remember there's a smaller town than the rest. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Again, everything is going to be dynamic. It doesn't really take too much to see that this is two function embedded, meaning within each other, that the match is going to be the inner one, and index is going to utilize the value returned by match in order to determine where is that city pertaining to that location. So if it was 4, it's going to go through all these 4 cities and look for the city number 4. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the future videos, and we're going to learn together, hopefully, a lot. Take care.